but from an objective outside the box, not outside the I'm going to abandon that analogy.
Okay.
I fucked it up. I'm abandoning. Hey, analogy gone. Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. My name is Michael Mansour, and I'm joined, as always, finally in the same room by my lovely, wonderful, healthy, upright, casual, cool co-host, Alexander Volz. Say hello.
That's a lot of verbs, but I'll take them all. It feels good to be back in person, fully vaccinated.
Right. You, not I.
Yep.
I'm here fucking dying. It's all good.
From caffeine withdrawal.
Dude, so first of all, thank you all for watching and all that. Every album, every podcast, we're listening to every single album in the world. Man, I'm just like, I want to talk about other shit, and I'm just running through. We listen to a lot of music here. Yes. Every album ever somehow. That's a new discography per episode, and today we'll be discussing every album by
the Chameleons or Chameleons UK, depending on search engines.
They are the Chameleons, but like the same thing happened with Ghost BC. You have to Bones UK. It's like we have, I don't know, America's stupid. This special episode, this was requested on Patreon by Scott. Scott, thank you very much. So this is very cool. This is very important because this was also requested by Matt like a long time ago. So Chameleons have been requested a couple times. Scott requested our Clash episode 80, and he wasn't a patron. So we eventually got to the Clash, and because we did the Clash, he patronized us. He went on Patreon and then officially requested Chameleons. So thank you, buddy. You're a mensch, very much.
Thank you. Yeah,
very much. And so yeah, if you want to jump the line, you don't want to wait for us to get around to your request. Patreon.com/everyalbumever. You can, not wait for a million years to get to whatever you suggest, as well as, bonus episodes, early access to certain episodes, discounts off merch. It's cool. It's a very cool time. So before we get into the Chameleons, we were supposed to record this episode a week ago to the day, a week ago.
Yeah. Or it feels like longer, honestly,
it does.
But yeah.
So I came down with a very unexpected migraine.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody who's listening to the show knows Alex and I both get migraines.
Also, it's funny you say migraine because I was doing a headache study one time, and the doctor was Scottish,
yeah,
or Irish, one of the two.
Irish.
I apologize because I know we have international. And he pronounced it migraine.
Dude, you know why I thought migraine?
Why?
Because of Gang of Four. The song, I forgot this. It's one of my favorites. It's the second song off Entertainment. Whatever. It's he says this something gives me migraine. Like it's embedded in my brain for years because he said migraine that way.
Yeah.
We'll do Gang of Four someday. But,
yeah. So yeah, I just like had flashbacks of that doctor who is also a very nice doctor. So I did, like you said it,
right.
I just got like flashbacks to him.
But speaking of the migraine, it was because Alex, it was medical talk with Mike and Alex now. How long have you been getting migraines for?
Since I was 8 years old, and I'm 34 as of recording this.
I've been getting them since I think around 5 or so. I got them from my mama. My brother got them from my mama. Everyone got them from my mama.
Same.
Really?
It seems to be. It's funny. For me, got it from my mom's side, but it affects the males more. So it's like
interesting.
Like technically, I could give it to a kid, or my uncle could, but it seems to be.
So you're chronic, obviously, lifelong, and anybody who knows who's had a migraine like knows like when you get a full one, like a real one, you're done. You're done for however long it decides.
Your day is over unless you've learned how to function with them. And even that is wishful thinking.
I would not recommend. Well, it depends, because like you can get a bad one and then sometimes it might just decide to like ease up for a little bit. But then sometimes like the one I got a week ago was the worst one I've ever gotten my entire life. And I like, again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it lasted, I believe, 44 hours straight. And it it only went away because like my mom was completely out of town. I had like no access to any kind of medication. I was just sort of dying. Eventually, like at the end of the weekend, after the end of the 2 days, she stops by and gives me like, a bunch of medicine, prescription strength shit. And it worked. And she said, like, if this doesn't work though, you're going to the ER right now.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't have insurance. That's a bad like hub. I guess I'll got to decide how to pay when I get there or something.
Fucking expensive.
Yes. But I noticed when the migraine finally went away, like the next day, especially in the morning, that I still felt remnants. And I thought like,
oh yeah,
if I didn't take the medicine, I would still be having it.
Yeah.
For like maybe another few days. Like it's just,
yeah, that's
absolutely terrifying.
That's something I have to explain to like new people in my life. Like when I've had a really bad one or one that's lasted more than 2 days.
Yeah.
That I call it like a pain hangover.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're dealing with, it's like your body's kind of in shock from dealing with that much pain, or, the drugs have side effects. And so it's totally like a hangover thing. And that's something people don't think about.
Yeah. You need a full day to recover just from the pain that was there.
Yeah.
It's really wild.
So it's like the next day, if I say it's gone and I'm not in pain, but I am not at 100%. Yeah.
Wild shit. And dude, man, it is the most humbling thing ever. Like I broke down at one point. I was like, how am I going to take care of myself? I was like, if I can't control these, like how the fuck?
Yeah.
So I just had to find a way to control it. So I'm weaning off caffeine fucking carefully. Like it's going to take me a few months to finally get off caffeine. Cause withdrawals for caffeine gives you a headache and then that can lead to migraine. And then I just have to have like some heavy duty artillery medicine on deck just in case, whenever.
Break in case of emergency.
Exactly.
For sure.
I'm not fucking letting that happen again. Like I'm just
good. Cause a lot of people may chalk that up to like a one-off or just keep living how they're living. And then it happens to them again. It can happen again.
Yeah.
And good for you for taking appropriate measures.
Steps. Dude, I feel like a general, honestly. I feel like, all right, men, what are we going to do now?
We are adults.
Barely.
We're boys dealing with adult problems.
Yeah. Fuck, man. But anyway, now we're back to music. Also,
it's funny, our listeners, you would have no idea. We've been good. We've built up a backlog.
Oh, yeah.
You guys won't even notice, but for us, it's kind of a blessing in disguise because I was supposed to come back the next episode, but due to procrastination, I'm here now.
Yeah, because we had to fucking put it off for so long. And let me say something real quick about Chameleons. This was not a difficult discography to get through.
No,
this was fairly simple.
We both of us never listened to them. I did it first. After the first one, I texted Mike. I was like, I think we're gonna be okay.
And honestly, I like this band a lot. I think it's a good fucking band.
I am neutral about them. I don't love them. I don't hate them.
It doesn't scream Alex to me. This band does not scream Alex to me.
There's some good songs. Nothing I overtly hate until a certain point. But who would have thought we were just a couple of goth boys?
I know. We're just a couple of goth boys wearing a wrestling shirt and this is our shirt. Merch, by the way.
So yeah, it was because you go on the Wikipedia, it says post-rock or
post-punk. It registers more as post-punk for sure.
Any post label is
it gets messy.
It's very, very broad, but they're, for jumping off purposes, they're a goth band.
They seem more new wavy to me than goth, honestly.
I think they get new wavy here and there, but I thought goth.
If this is goth, then goth is fucking rad because like it didn't register as goth to me. Like, they don't seem like edgy.
Interesting.
They just seem like fun and poppy and new wavy. And synth. They have like the gothy shoegazy guitars that kind of float around the ethos. Phrase, but
I believe when we did the Cocktail Twins, the term thrown around a lot with them was ethereal.
It fits,
and
I've used that word is at least one place in my notes.
There it is.
I've written down at least because it does have that. It's almost like as Brother Robert said in the YMO episode, very heavenly, very ethereal.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff is like that, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. And clearly a beloved band, since they were requested a few times, and also I don't know how I never even stumbled onto them. I never came across them in my journeys.
Yeah, they kind of seem. I don't know if I said this, but yeah, they kind of seem like the redheaded stepchild of like goth bands. You know, you got your Joy Division, your Cure.
Again, you're naming more post punk. Yeah. So
whatever, post punk, whatever. Yeah. Either way, whatever genre they're known, but not really. And then I even asked our friend Jared because he's kind of a moody boy.
He's a moody boy.
Yeah. So I was like, have you heard of the Chameleons? He's like, I love the Chameleons. I was like, I fucking knew you would.
Yeah. That dude has good fucking taste, man. I gotta say overall, he's a good guy. But I guess, I mean, like backstory then, because I don't know fucking anything at all.
Yeah. So let me adjust my thing.
It's funny, like anybody watching on YouTube, like it looks like the usual setup that we have in my room, but like, my God, it is off camera. There is wires, cameras, lights. There is wires. We're trapped. We can't fucking move at all. We had to like really set aside time for bathroom breaks before we hit record because we can't leave.
Yeah,
this is a crap situation.
So they started in Greater Manchester, England, 1981 by Mark Burgess, who is the vocalist and bass player. Rounded out with Reg Smithies on guitar, David Fielding also guitar, a number of drummers, but they would land on John Lever. And I think Mr. Lever and the guitar players in this band are the standout pieces.
They steal the show. Yeah.
Yep.
Delightful.
Underrated. I don't know which guitar player is doing what, but to me, that was the most delightful part, was their layering of guitar noises. I don't know if it's technically hard, but it sounds fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then the Lever, just like, I wasn't expecting beats. This guy's got beats.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And I would say one thing, or more of a general note about the guitars, is like they are fucking technicians of tone. I absolutely love their tone on damn near every record. It's like, there's always something really that's something that stands out or shines through quite a bit. Just guitar tone alone. Even if I don't like the song, I was like, but that fucking tone is rad. Like, I don't know. It's just a satisfying sonic thing.
Also, you should trademark technicians of tone.
Technicians of tone.
Because it's alliteration.
As my new spin-off project.
Cool. Yeah.
Technicians of fuck.
Yeah.
It has to be prog rock.
But yeah, so they started out, they did a Peel session, as a lot of bands we covered do, signed to Epic, but they had a falling out due to like how Epic saw the band versus how they saw themselves, which we've talked about a few times. Like, I don't understand why labels like, oh, we like you for A, B, and C, but can you do X, Y, Z? And it's like,
yeah, that happens. A lot of bands have somehow gone through that issue. It's very interesting. Like, why sign them, huh?
Yeah,
why sign them?
I understand, like, oh, I see like the raw talent and we can develop it
for a broader audience. I get it. But it's also like, what makes you think they'd be good at it? What makes you think that it would work?
Yeah, but it's like, well, have them play into their strengths. Don't try to repackage them as.
I think if I had to guess, when it comes to talent scouts, fucking waste of jobs those guys have. It's like, find someone good enough to do what I want. It's like, find someone who's already clearly they're really good. Maybe they're doing their own thing, but they're good. Now let's make them do what I want because they're capable. They're good enough. They're technically impressive. They're talented. Not so much of the actual product, which is, it's a fucking waste. But we're probably beating a dead horse by saying that. But if you're ready to get into all the records,
so I'll just say they put out a single, Shreds, and then signed with a UK label. I think it's called Static, but it fucking auto-corrected me. So it might be called something different.
Okay.
But yeah, and that leads us into the discography.
So they had altogether 4 full-length albums and 1 EP. We're going to be talking about them all. The first album came out in 1983. Last album came out 2001. So it's been a while since we've fucking done this together, so it's like
I'm actually ready.
Yeah. Let's make sure the fucking volumes are all set. Let's get into it. This is 1983's Script of the Bridge.
In his autumn for the winter comes man's last mad surge of youth.
What on earth are you talking about?
Now,
I think this is a great introduction to the band.
100%. This is a killer riff. It's
like,
simple shit. Killer.
Yeah, it's like psychobilly goth stuff.
And that new wave ass, those drums, I was sold the second those drums came in.
Yes.
Sold.
Yeah.
I already like the band.
Yeah. So I was very pleased with this song. I'm like, okay, I hope they don't drop the ball. I hope this isn't an outlier because this is a really cool song.
Great song. The most British vocals ever.
Yes.
Not because of the accent, just because of the style. It feels British to me.
I think he has a very interesting career as we...
He says some things pretty goofy. He has a goofy voice at times. I like it, though.
He makes some choices later on, too.
Yeah.
But also, good on him for, like, trying different things and pushing himself.
All right, so let's get into it, Alex. What we got?
Yes, I think great debut album.
Best personal favorite.
Oh,
and
coming out hot.
Coming in hot. And here's the thing, I like this band, and I think they do some really fucking cool shit later on. Stuff that it's like you would hear the later stuff as like obvious progression. They're getting better. They're getting smarter. They're making kind of like just more intricate and interesting songs.
Mm-hmm.
But from an objective, outside the box, outside the I'm going to abandon that analogy. Okay. I fucked it up. I'm abandoning. Hey, analogy gone. Analogy gone. I'm back here.
It happened.
This album, on its own, I think is just so. First of all, I wanted to come back to it the most.
Mm-hmm.
I just kept this one just kept calling me.
Yes.
Throughout the rest of the discography. It's super duper fucking accessible. It's hard not to love every one of these songs.
Mm-hmm.
Even the songs I don't care for that much, I still kind of like. Like Pleasure and Pain is one. It's like it feels like a flyover state kind of song, but I still like it.
Yeah. I was like, that song's not bad. This doesn't hit the heights of the other songs on here.
But it's like, it's just so consistent. It's even though they do get better as musicians and as writers, it's just undeniable from start to finish. It's just, this is a fucking fantastic, simple, energetic, new wavy record. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm assuming this is a hot take because I think people really love Up the Down Escalator.
Yeah, Up the Down Escalator.
I just think it's okay.
I like it. Actually, that breakdown at 240, I fucking love. If you could pull up 240 of Up the Down Escalator.
Yeah, let me turn. 5 and 6.
We are.
Let me turn it down so I could pull it.
Let me just label these. There we go. So
okay,
anything lit up is what we're using.
Okay, so 236 you said,
or 240, but
240
really doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna jump in 240, and I am ready to go.
Go ahead. So that tone, dude, that's it's all in the background. Those guitars are all in the background. I really like this fucking song. You don't like this song?
No, and I don't think it's bad, but it didn't like win me over.
Right?
Maybe on multiple listens.
So
but,
the reason why I highlighted that specifically is because it was brief. It was super brief, but it's like those guitars they're so like you have to pay attention to them. They're definitely in the sides in the background.
Yeah.
And they're so goddamn ethereal. We're going to be using that word a lot here. But
shoegazy.
They're harmonizing like a motherfucker with each other. They're doing so much and they're just hanging back. They're hanging back. And it's as much as I would like them to be more in the forefront, it's kind of fucking nice that they're just doing all this really intricate stuff behind the vocals, behind the bass.
It's really like what you want out of musicians who like know their place and they're not trying to overplay it. And they can be like, I'm not in the front, but it adds this level to it.
It's this thing where there's no, it's almost like a contradiction to say like, you got to take the fucking ego out of music, but you really, if you want good music, you have to. Like, that's the thing. Like, everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants their fucking part to shine. Everyone wants to be, at least these days, or maybe I'm thinking of LA mentality because every musician I've met in fucking LA wants to be the goddamn star of the show.
For sure.
Present company included. Sorry, I'm the same person. I'm the same guy. But like,
oh, I need my guitar to sound like a bass player so I don't have to deal with a bass player.
It's like, I do. Shut up, Alex. I fucking absolutely do that. I absolutely do that. Literally do that. But like,
it's a cool skill set to have, all jokes aside.
It's useful, but like, there's like something to be said about a really consistent, powerful drummer that's not doing fills all over the fucking place, or a guitar player that's not trying to solo and be louder than everybody. It's like, or one example, it's gonna be a wild example, especially in regards to this band. Fucking Danzig's first album, all right? Eerie Von was the bass player from Samhain prior to Danzig. And he was not a good bass player, but what he did off, like especially on the first Danzig album, was for most of the album he hung on one note. Boom, boom, boom. Like, guitar, bass, and guitar and drums and vocals were doing all kinds of shit. He's hanging on one note, but it fucking worked. Like he's just hanging back. But that's the thing. Like understatedness really goes a long way, and that I felt that a lot of this album where everyone was just kind of doing their part and letting it work.
More standout stuff to me. A person isn't safe anywhere these days. I like, you get a little bit more diversity. It's not like metal or punk, but it's like harder hitting for sure.
I love the fucking outro, man. It's so damn beautiful.
I actually think I think it happened a few times with this band where I think like the later halves are better than like the opening halves.
I don't know, because for this one, I just love every song so fucking much. But I do have to say that I think Paper Tigers is like the first instance of like them going full acoustic. Some pristine ass acoustic guitars in there, fucking crisp.
Oh yeah!
And every time they go acoustic, it is like
what a treat.
It's like a sword, dude. It cuts right through everything. It's fucking shiny as hell. It's like a beautiful katana. Their acoustic guitars are a beautiful katana. I like it a lot.
Yeah, there's this like we talked about, the textures are great, and that is a good example of.
Yeah, and for this one more than the rest, I'd say like the writing is super simple, but it's really effective, and like this is how I knew I loved this album and how I knew it was going to end up getting all the accolades for me. This is when I was driving somewhere, and in the middle of Hate Today, like I got to my destination and I did not want to exit the car. I was like, nice, I want to finish this fucking song. And it's hard.
Like when you come across songs like that. Yes. It is fine.
It's fucking delightful, man.
Yes. This is a good or great debut album.
Great debut. There's no better introduction. Like,
I would agree with that. Like, this is where you want to.
One thing I will say though, and this is they're guilty of this on pretty much every album. Everybody who's heard this podcast knows I don't like long albums. It does get a little lengthy. It's like 57 minutes, something like that. But it's not that. It's just fatigue, because it's not like the styles changed that much. It's still very, gothy, new wavy throughout the whole thing. There aren't too many like, all right, well, here's a poppier version of this type thing, or here's a fucking super ballady one. It's kind of the same mood throughout the whole thing. And I've always felt that if you're going to stick with a mood throughout the whole album, it's got to be short. I go to like Rain and Blood from Slayer. Like nothing changes on that album, but it's so short that it doesn't matter. Or like
you just want more.
Yeah. And if you want to like, longer albums tend to stay more interesting with the more you're kind of caught off guard by things. But just one man's opinion. I still love it. and it's still my best and personal favorite. But we have more to go.
Yes, we do.
So if you're ready, we are on.
I am ready. I'm gonna screw up on like these middle albums eventually.
Because shocker, Apple does not like categorizing things very easily and cohesively and accessibly.
It's weird.
But we're on to the follow-up. This is 1985's What Does Anything Mean, basically. Is this the intro?
Should I skip?
I don't think you should.
Okay.
Because it's an intro, it's instrumental, but it's wonderful. I love this instrumental.
Yeah. Because, I thought the opening song was something else, and I was like, wait, I'm assuming this.
Yeah, Perfume Garden is like the first real song.
This is setting the table.
This is such a great intro.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously very synthy, very 80s-y. 80s-y. I don't know why I made up that word. But it's like, I don't know. Again, ethereal, heavenly, beautiful.
Yeah. Well, we got one more minute of this, so I guess it's a good time to just throw it out. Best personal.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the All right, hold on.
Yeah.
We'll play more music from this album.
Okay.
Really?
I don't know what it was, but when it was all said and done, I'm looking at my Spotify picks and I'm like, this one's got the most songs.
This was almost my worst.
Holy shit.
And guess what? It's not, though. It's not my worst or least favorite, because there's something about this album that I it's really hard to, because I had such little time with it. I only heard it a couple times.
Yeah.
That it's like, I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as the first one. I enjoyed it. I feel like I enjoyed it less than a lot of them, but I kept wanting to go back to it, even though I didn't find myself loving it, which is a really weird thing when you kind of just want to hear something a bunch of times when you felt like you didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And so for example, like there's a lot of songs in here where like I didn't like them the first listen, and then I liked them the second listen. And then a couple songs, like which one is it? P.S. Goodbye, where I liked it on the first listen and didn't like it on the second listen. So I'm like, what's happening with this other? This one needs a lot of dissection. I feel like.
Interesting. I don't know if I'm the guy to dissect it like that. I will say that I was not like won over by Perfume Gardens, the first like proper song. I was like, all right. And then I don't like, once the next track comes on, Intrigue and Tangiers, I was just like, that song's fucking dope.
That was one of the ones where it didn't do much for me, but on second listen, I was into it. I feel like a lot of this is so moody. Like you literally have to be in the mood for it.
Yeah, it is kind of moody, but and then again, I was just like, Return of the Roughneck or Return.
Yeah, Return of the Roughneck.
Yeah, I was just like, I think it's a killer song.
Here's the thing, like I at first I thought I didn't like it, but I was like, but that fucking guitar tone is so fucking great. And then again, I was like, but that chorus is so damn strong. Like, God, I ended up again liking it. So it's weird. Like the only other comparison I can think of, and I don't want to put it in this category because the real thing from Faith No More is one of my favorite albums of all time, but I don't think this is gonna be one of my favorite albums of all time, obviously. But like that one is one where like I didn't love it on the first listen, but I kept feeling drawn to listen to it over and over again. So that's rare. That's like the first time for this podcast where I was like, I kind of want to keep hearing this thing I don't like that much. I don't know why.
Yeah, and then once Singing Rule Britannia hit, I just think that's a fucking awesome song. It's like some psychedelia, very like dramatic vocal performance that would make Morrissey blush. And I was like, oh shit, like, is this gonna be like the one? And let's see where they keep going with it.
Yeah.
And Home Is Where the Heart Is.
Oh yeah, it's fucking really cool. That's a really good song. Yeah.
Really great drumming. Again, the textures, the soundscapes going on there. And then the thing that did it was In Shreds.
I had a feeling
In Shreds. After that, I'm like, all right, this is probably gonna, unless something changes.
Yeah, I like that song a lot. Yeah.
And one album did almost change my mind.
I hope we're thinking of the same one. We'll see.
But
yeah.
So yeah, it's just like, I just think this is the most consistent, which is weird because I put the last album over, but like, I just think these are overall stronger songs to me.
All
like
right.
my ears are like these songs over the previous ones. Not that there's anything wrong with them. It's just strictly a preference.
It's funny, like so the main reason why I found myself having trouble with this one is like I think it does more of what I didn't like about the first album, which is the lengthiness without the diversity in mood and not style, but just presentation. It's like, it's all, moody, new wavy, floaty and spacey, which is again fine, but at longer lengths, it wears on me. And also one thing I wish I wanted more funny business. I wanted more, like, not to reference like just the most obvious. It's the first song on the last album. Don't Fall. That one, it has like this weird spyness to it, this weird, secret agent man feel to it. And there's a lot of songs that were just kind of throwing a little novelty kind of, presentation to it. I felt like this one was even keel the whole way. I was hoping for more funny business.
Yes. Yeah. There's not like the most diverse sounding album, but going back to like what you said, I think it does that like Slayer Raining Blood thing very well, where it's like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And we're just going to do that for 40 minutes.
Yeah. Fair enough. So it's Alex's best personal favorite. I mean, I have no idea how this band is regarded, or if these are controversial opinions. I doubt, but
I think most of their albums are like pretty critically acclaimed.
Honestly, listening to them, I'm not that surprised. I don't feel like I'm gonna be baffled so much by a response to a certain album. But anyway, let's move on.
And I'm actually ready.
Hell yeah. This is 1986's Strange Times. So I will say out the gate, Alex, this song made me very happy. I liked it more than everything on the last album when I first heard it.
Whoa.
It's so much energy.
This is like same way I felt about Perfume Garden. It's like, I don't hate it, but like, it doesn't make me want to go, hey, what else is going on here?
I was excited. I was like, there's something here. There's something that's going to go on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So now with this album, also those vocal performances, really makes me laugh.
Yeah, I like it.
So yeah, they're signed to Geffen Records now. So.
All right. So the reason why I like that song, if it were anywhere else in the album, I probably wouldn't like it that much. I like it as an opener. It's high energy, which is like, again, the last album wasn't super high energy. It was way more spacey and stuff. So I appreciated the hell out of that. This was very much close to being my personal favorite, I believe.
Damn.
I like this album a lot.
Well, I'm coming in hot. This is my least favorite.
You fucking animal, Alex. You're an animal. How do you not like this album? It's great.
I don't know. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I just didn't feel attached to the songs.
I felt so attached to the songs, Alex.
Like, the way I did with the other two albums, like, this one, I was like, it's not like offensive. It doesn't like piss me off, but I don't love it.
I love it. I do love it because after Mad Jack, you get Caution, smooth as shit, and I get it. And here's one thing: they are now a long song band.
That song is not 8 minutes cool. If that was a 3-minute song, I would agree with you.
I know. Admittedly, it is way too long. All right, fair enough.
The vocals are also unhinged.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Because it is way too fucking long. But if I found it really easy to zone out to, it's just smooth. It's smooth, and I like the drawn outness of something like that. But then you get Tears. You got to give it up for Tears, dude. You gotta.
That song is how you felt about the previous album. I didn't care for it. First listen, second listen, I was like, I get it.
It's fucking I love it. I
get it.
Dude, it's like my favorite acoustic song of theirs, period.
Like
it's
60s psychedelia folk music with like this, I don't know what instrument it is or sound, but there's like this electronic thing, not as like an instrument, but more.
Isn't it? They do a lot of slide stuff too. I know they use a lot of slide guitar.
Yeah, I think there's like this electronic thing on there that will kind of be like ding.
Right.
So cool.
I would say it's a masterful use of an acoustic ballad. Especially like where it comes in the album, where you get high energy, smooth, bam. Let's say so by 3 songs in, you're already way more diverse than the previous two albums. Like way more diverse.
You know what this album made me think of a lot is that band The Cult. Like it felt like, and I think the Chameleons probably existed before The Cult. Yeah, but
I would bet.
Yeah, it felt like this is very much like it's not hard rock, but this is their hard rock album. It's where they tip their toes in the waters the most.
They're up to this point their least new wavy album, but it still has a lot of new waviness in it. So a couple things that I like a lot. So the Soul in Isolation. The drums are the hooks.
Amazing.
They are the hook of the song.
Are amazing.
They're fantastic. They're fantastic. And my favorite thing, maybe not my favorite song, my favorite thing on this album is Swamp Thing. It is new wave Southern rock. Like, how do you I've never heard of those genres going together, but they did it. Yeah. And it works for me.
Also, this is probably a hot take because if you go to most listened songs, I think Swamp Thing's like their most popular song ever. Like, I thought it was very cool when it started off and that part comes up again throughout the song, but then it's very cool. But then there's this parts where I'm like, what?
I like it. I like the fact that I've never heard a genre blend with those, and that
they made it work.
They made it work. And when I was listening to it, like I was really trying to think about why does it work and what are they doing exactly by blending those two genres. And I think like, for one, it's like a Southern, that main hook, that main riff is like a Southern guitar line played through the most new wavy tone, period. And then also they're just playing, it's basically a standard, not a standard, but it's basically like a pretty expected Chameleon song, but with just more twang on it. So it's like, it's actually very little Southern rock. It's mostly just a Chameleon song, but it has a tinge of Southern rock in there that makes it feel like this brilliant blending of genres. It's very smart, I think.
Yeah. They were able to do it without overpowering.
Exactly. It feels subtle enough.
Yes.
And I like it a lot. Actually, you know, should play the main hook. Talked about it so fucking much.
Like this is cool. I dig this part, but then
it's a twangy riff, but with delay.
Yeah.
And like clearly using like the bridge pickup, really trebly kind of guitar sound. But that doesn't sound Southern, right? It's just played Southern. It's using chicken plucking and stuff.
But then like the bass drum helps bring back that like Southern feeling.
I fucking think it's well done. I think it's a well done song.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was exciting to hear a genre blending that I've never heard.
We didn't get to the parts that I thought were boring.
Right. I just want to put on that main hook just to see like how they were able to do a thing that odd.
You know what song really lost me?
What?
Curiosity?
Curiosity. Really? You don't like that?
I feel like
I think it's wonderfully written.
That feels like that song is like 70% complete and they forgot to like finish the song.
Really?
To my ears.
That's another song whose tone I fucking love. It's so crystal, man.
It sounds like, oh, we forgot to add something to this song and this ended up on the record.
I disagree. I like it. I think it's great. Also another, I mean, the only song I don't really like is Childhood. It's like, it feels more like padding. But the thing is, again, it kind of squeaks by me because it's at the way at the end of the end of the album, second to last song. So I'm already on board. So I don't even care. And I think I'll Remember is such a gorgeous, cosmic, heavenly closer. Like that's again the way the last album opened up with like one of my favorite instrumentals of theirs. This one ends it with another one of my favorite instrumentals of theirs.
Nice. I am going to have to give. I will give. I'll Remember another listen after your high.
I do appreciate this album quite a bit. I do like
praise.
And the only reason I didn't give this anything is because I just think as a unit, the first album is just like undeniable. You can't. It's just too consistently, banger after banger. But this one, every song is so fucking long, and I didn't even care. I didn't feel it. It's just well written. I liked it a lot. But
yes,
a couple more.
So, in 1987, they would break up because their manager, Tony Fletcher.
That name sounds familiar.
That's because they named the next EP after him.
I bet. So was it like a jab, a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing?
No, they like
him.
I mean, enough so that they felt they couldn't continue as a band without him.
Oh, that's interesting. That's fucking beautiful.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. He's like they say, like George Martin was like the fifth Beatle. I don't know how many members are in this band, but he's like the chameleon member you don't know about.
Yeah.
And so, it was heart attack and he died, and they would go on to do solo albums and some other projects, and we'll probably do a loose ends on this album group called, what are they called? The Sun and the Moon, because I think there's 2 or 3 Chameleon members in there, and they've only done one album, so doesn't warrant its own episode.
Right.
But it would be a cool little follow up.
Tie it up, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited to do that. But that kind of leads us to the EP, because they were working on an album when he died.
Yeah,
and these are the songs that were being worked on.
So this is the one EP that we're going to be talking about. This is 1990s. Tony Fletcher, Walked on Water. La 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 EP. I counted every la.
I would not have even.
I like the way those drums are produced.
Kind of got a like Jeff Buckley vibe to it.
Oddly enough, yeah. Yeah, I noted it. I really like the almost falling apartness of how the song starts out.
Yeah,
like it kind of just falls into place.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to be able to capture in a song.
Like a cat that walks with cruelty, or a dog that always bites for no reason. I could feel the madness there, but I couldn't see the streets for the houses. And all the lies and fantasies.
Yeah, I dig this song quite a bit.
Yeah,
but it's a fairly short EP, 4 tracks total, but worst.
Yeah.
Least favorite.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's not because it's bad. I like every record, but
this is kind of.
It's just, so I like that song a lot. I think Free For All is fine. It's not my favorite song. It has some decent progressions. And then The Healer, like, I like a couple riffs, but as a song, it feels like it drags a little bit. And then Dems and Curls, I don't like at all. But again, it's like, it's 4 songs and like 2 of them I don't get to do without. There's just so much more good on every other record that it's like I mean, this is the one I care the least about. I'm going to come back to probably never.
Yeah, I think if you're like a fan of the band, or like if you were a fan of the band in real time, this is like
a big deal.
This is like perfect. This is like all you could ask for. Like, a band you cared about broke up. They were working on an album. A lot of bands you may have like never even hear that stuff. And to me, these songs aren't home runs, but it was like, hey, they sound complete. These are full songs. You're not getting demos. You're getting full songs. And this is where we were at. And this is where we stopped when this tragedy happened.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's nothing to write home about, but I think it's really like a really cool thing for fans of the band to have.
It is neat. Yeah. I felt like it was fine. It was, and again, I don't like giving like worst to EPs because it feels like a cop. Yeah. A little bit of the cop out, but like, honestly, like, again, I still stand by like the second record being like, I don't like it, but I fucking know there's something there. And I think there's more to it. And I don't think it's the worst. So it's like by default, I mean, I like other stuff more, so much more.
I almost did what you did, but by default, there were a few things.
I understand. I get it.
You already know.
I know.
Yeah.
Anybody who's watching intently enough knows what's going to happen after this. But for now,
but no, I get what you're saying. I almost did what you did, and I think that like if you're a fan of the band, that this speaks to how strong they are as
consistent motherfuckers,
songwriters. When you're like, well, you know, this offers the least.
Yeah, so, it's the least fresh, it's the least engaging, it's the least diverse. And it doesn't have time to fuck around with stuff. It's just too short. There's just not enough there. So by default, worst. But it's fine. I mean, really. There's going to be at least one track of this on the playlist, which I didn't plug at the beginning because I fucking forgot. But whatever, you know, we'll get to it.
Yeah, we're kind of doing plugs towards the end.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But this is my worst, least favorite. It's literally 20 minutes, but you know, it's what we do here. It's okay.
Yep.
But now
they would reform in 2000.
So yeah, what
I couldn't figure out why.
Why they just like, hey, fuck it.
The band's back together.
Yeah, that's a pretty random reunion.
Yeah, but I guess if there's not any bad blood there and they had, you know, the will to do it.
Yep.
Hey,
why the hell not?
Yeah.
Why the hell not? So we're on to the last record. This is 2001's Why Call It Anything?
I think this is a great song.
Really? I don't like this song at all.
I like this song. And it's funny, I kind of like try to do real-time notes now.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic for this album.
I wasn't. But I came around.
Warning, we have covered way worse reunion albums.
Oh, Big Star. Oh, yeah. New York Dolls. Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
We've covered,
It's the worst of the worst, honestly.
And this is not.
This is I like this song. Yeah. I don't think this is a great opener, but it's not like a terrible song. I wouldn't ever say that. And honestly, it still sounds it didn't sound like they skipped a fucking beat. It didn't sound like they skipped a gear. It sounds just like the Chameleons.
Yes.
Slightly different production, a little bit more rocky, but still, they sound the same.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Alex, spit it out.
Okay, so this is my worst, which I was not expecting to give even halfway through. There are some great songs on here.
There are some fucking awesome songs on here.
But I gave it worse because there were never songs that pissed me off before. And this is the only album that has songs that piss me off.
I've never been angry at this band until this album.
So it's really depending on the person. You know, I gave it worse. Mike was like, not the good is
the good outweighed the bad for me.
Yes. Yeah. And definitely, if you like this band, like listen to this album, but there's some bullshit on here.
There's a couple of fucking egregious tracks for sure. So I was saying I wasn't really on board with the opener Shades, but as soon as Anyone Alive came out, I was like, okay, I don't hate this. All right, I'm on board. And then Indiana. It's like, okay, I like the bass. I think it sounds fucking great on there.
Yeah,
but like the song is like, whatever. And then as soon as Lufthansa comes on,
that's a great song.
I'm in. And then after that, it's Truth Isn't Truth Anymore. I'm fucking definitely in.
Hell yeah, dude.
All around. I am all around in.
Hold on. Wait.
He's mad.
All Around You. That is when I started.
That's when you're out. That's when you're out.
That is.
I think it's produced wonderfully. I love those slide guitars. They float around all over the place. I think they're fucking nice.
I think this song is just some like hot kumbaya garbage. Like
that's how I felt about a different song.
Yeah, which it does come up, but Dangerous Land before I get
angry or happy?
Happy.
I'm happy too. I think it's a really good song.
That is one of their better songs.
Now, Music in the Womb. I thought so on first listen, I was like, it's fine, but it's too far on the edgy meter, given all the songs before it are pretty edgy. And then second listen, I was like, okay, this is rough. This is garbage. Hard to listen to. And then after that song,
are we getting to Miracles and Wonders?
We sure are.
That song, these motherfuckers thought because they did a Southern rock song. You know what else doesn't belong here? Reggae.
It is new wave reggae. Reggae.
They flew close to the sun and they're like, we're still alive.
We're invincible. Nothing's going to kill us.
Reggae will kill you.
Reggae will kill you.
And not just reggae, but like Shaggy, like the vocalist, like that kind of
it's that kind of reggae.
Follow me. Yeah.
It's that one I was like, well, I'm off now. I'm out now. I'm out.
And then I was like, do those three songs really warrant the worst? Maybe this closing track. That was the closing track.
Are You Still There is an instrumental. It's the same thing they always do with like the instrumental kind of floaty. It's pretty, but it is not. It's the weakest of all their instrumental type stuff. I felt like, and so I get that it really kind of drags it down as it goes on, but I think the strong. I mean, fuck, man, I like the writing so much.
I get that the strong stuff on here is really good.
However, one thing that I didn't notice until my second, because the first listen I was so like fucking just on board. I was like, I'll just take it. Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then when I was like kind of dissecting it, each one, like listening to it closer, every song is at least 2 verses too long, and I mean specifically. They go into the verse and chorus double the amount of times that they like we got the idea. We hear, we've heard what the song has to offer. And those like padded verses, they don't do anything different. They're just more lyrics. It feels like a fucking Smith situation where it's just more lyrics. And the oddly enough, another similar band that did that really badly was Alice in Chains on the self-titled album. Every song goes on like 2 verses too long, like
just padding for the sake of padding.
It's like just extra time. Like,
did
you just like the lyrics that much that you wanted to squeeze them all in there? Because like the song, we got the song from like the first 3 minutes. Did you have to make it another fucking 3 minutes after that?
I feel like that happened in the era of CDs. It was like, oh shit, we can put 80 minutes on here. We better put damn near.
You know what that reminds me of? Because a lot of bands did that. It is 100% poverty mentality. It's like it's squeezing every drop at the gas pump. It's fucking it's like not throwing away a bottle of mustard till you scrape away every single. It's like, hey, it's over. It's over. Just hey, buy a new bottle. We're done with this one. All right. Let's just
it's the
poverty mentality. It's just put in music form.
It's the one sandwich you're gonna get out of that. Really,
exactly. Yeah. Like the effort of scraping away that last bottom bit is more, and the same. The effort of recording an extra 2 verses per song and adding another 20 minutes to the album. It's not worth the quality of the whole. Like you had more before you did that. You had more.
Yeah. It was an enjoyable meal before. You
it's overeating. It's indulging at this point. So you're fucking stuffing yourself just so you have a clean plate instead of a satisfied belly. That's how I felt about pretty much every song on here, even though I'd like the way they're written quite a bit.
But they fucking would break up in 2003 for some reason. They did this thing called Chameleons Vox, which is the bassist vocalist Burgess and Lever.
Mm-hmm.
And then that kind of like fluctuated, and then Lever passed away in March 2017. So I could see like maybe they would like replace him because bands do things like that. So
sometimes,
yeah. So,
but I mean, like with like dedicated, I don't want to say dedicated, but like really established drummers in a band, that'll fucking do it.
Yeah. I hope if they do, it's not like I hope they don't do a new album because, like I said, I think he is a very underrated drummer.
Mm-hmm.
Like this man did like so many creative like choices, and like man, what a treat to have that dude in their band.
Yeah, there's some bands where you lose a drummer, you lose it all. I mean, the example I always jump to is Sun City Girls, where like as soon as the drummer died, we're done. Nope, not doing this.
You know who should have done that? The Who.
The Who. Yeah, more like the Who gives a shit now, right? Like fucking goddamn. They had some good stuff back in the day, but man, I don't want to ever cover the Who. I guess it's fucking exhausting.
It's gonna happen one day.
But, it is.
Yeah, you can't replace Keith Moon.
No, but yeah, no. Okay, so I thought it was a pretty, overall this album. I was like, at least not only is it not the worst, not even close to the worst reunion album that we've covered, but fair. I think it's a fair send off.
Yeah,
I think it's more fair than the EP. Like at least it's a full fledged bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like unfinished business.
Yeah.
And mostly gonna do it. Do it right.
Yeah. Aside from the fucking reggae song, but some people like that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, if anyone likes that song, let us fucking know.
It's just the weird UK obsession with reggae. It's like, I thought these guys escaped that, and they reunite to do it. Like, fucking Crass did one. Obviously, Subhumans are big proponents of the Clash. Fucking the Police. Like, just every British band's like, you know what? We're reggae also. Like, why though? Why? You have to?
Yeah.
Fucking man.
Oh, Lord.
But
Lord of mercy.
Lord of mercy. But fuck it. We're done, man. Let's recap.
Best personal favorite for me. What does anything mean? Basically, that's just my whole feeling.
Yeah. About life, honestly.
Yeah. And then Strange Times, least favorite.
You're high. You're fucking crazy.
Just nothing wrong with it. Just I don't feel too strongly. And then worse. Why call it anything? Just because they never pissed me off.
Until that very moment.
But still, a lot of strong songs on there.
A lot of strong tracks. For me, very simple. Script of the Bridge, best personal favorite. I think it is delightful. Beautiful introduction. I mean, anytime we listen to a debut album and we're like, okay,
yeah,
we're all right. It's going to be all right. Because we never know. You fucking never know, man. Some bands, you never know. But Tony Fletcher, Walked on Water, la 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 EP. Worst and least favorite. It's just the least amount of good, least amount of songs, the least amount of time to, really elaborate on a specific mood or personality. And I thought it was, it's what I'm least inclined to go back to. Not that it's that bad actually at all, but that's about does it. That about does it, man.
Nice.
Dude, the dynamic of in the same room potting is just so much easier.
Back and forth. Don't got to worry about the calls dropping out. Yeah.
Yeah. Even like the little delays of like, I'm talking over you. So I have to like, oh shit, hold on. Let me I have to wait for you to hear what I said.
Yeah. And make sure there's no like adding on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the preferred, more natural way to do it.
Indeed. But thank you all so much for listening and watching. If you want to help us out, now we can finally get to plugs because, who likes listening to Also, every time I've been lately watching a lot of, I watch a lot of YouTube videos based just tutorial stuff and like tech stuff and how do I figure out how to match this fucking frequency to this, whatever. So I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos and there's so much that I really loathe about YouTubers. I mean, I really fucking hate them. And it's like, First of all, they're not funny. They're fucking never funny.
Most of them are not.
And they insist on trying to throw a joke in a tutorial video, which makes me want to kick you in the fucking face. Like, your bullshit of a joke doesn't need to interrupt me trying to figure out this really annoying headache of a tech situation. So, and it's nothing like, if you have a throwaway 4 joke, fine. Throw in your little shit joke, fine. But it's never not this. It's my little shit joke, and then I have to hammer on it, and then I have to call back to it, even though it was a So it's like I'm really angry at these people. And oftentimes, the beginning of all their videos, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, make sure you get all the notifications, you stay up to date with all. It's like, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care, dude. I fucking hate you.
I know it's like the promote yourself mentality.
Yeah.
But I also kind of feel like we're in the age that people are gonna do it or they're gonna not.
They understand how to support you. It's whether they feel like it.
Yes, we are now in the age where everyone knows how this works. But saying that,
yeah. So I'm very much of the mentality of let them come. Okay, you don't beg.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, and we've been building.
We've been building.
We be building. I can't even say it. We be building.
We be building.
So yeah, whatever. It's youtube.com/everyever if you want to, fucking subscribe and comment and all that bullshit. I've not read a single YouTube comment in weeks. I'm done.
I've read a few.
You can go ahead. Go ahead.
The feedback on the YMO episode just warmed my heart.
I'm delighted to hear that that's doing well, because email everyever@gmail.com. That's where you can send me actual feedback. And I don't care about feedback, but if you want to send suggestions, if you want to talk some shit, fucking whatever, it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always I'm not opposed to shit talking. It's also like this the laziness of a YouTube comment compared to an email. Like I appreciate the effort.
An email is deliberate. A YouTube comment is I'm bored. I'm
already here.
Yes.
Like, it's just the effort of like, no, fuck you, dude. I want you to hear what I like that. The passion involved with an email is so much. It's just so much more respectable.
Yeah.
I YouTube comment. Anybody can fucking do that. My mom can do that. She does do that. Fucking not pleasant. But yeah. So yeah, YouTube, whatever, Apple Podcasts, 5-star ratings help us out a lot. Reviews help us out a lot. Those are the hardest to get people on board with.
Telling friends.
Yeah, like just a simple 5-star, it goes a long way. I hear, and then Spotify, of course, everywhere you get podcasts. Spotify playlist on the Chameleons will be. There should be a link description of wherever you're listening or watching. everyever.com. We got all the playlists for every episode. Patreon.com/everyever for, most importantly, line jumping. You want to jump the line, get us to talk about whatever artist you're itching to hear about sooner. Yeah, like even looking at the schedule now, it's just fucking like, I want to put more just regular reader suggestions in, but like Patreon comes first, man. They just come first. So
we are in a weird middle ground where we're popular, not like, not there.
No, not there, but
we're popular enough where the demands are bigger than we are.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still broke and hungry, but we just can't keep up with the demand. That's very weird.
We try, we're listening. We have a huge list.
Yeah. So right now we have one more, at least as of the recording of this episode, one more Patreon episode coming up.
I thought we had 2.
Oh shit, we have 2 more Patreon.
I wish we only had 1 more.
We have 2 more Patreon requested episodes coming up. But yeah, patreon.com/everyever. There's also bonus episodes on there. I started my fucking spin-off music reviews on there, where I literally reviewed the review of an album. So nice. I critique the critic, because fuck them. That's why.
Yes.
And those are fun. But
then I need to get back on top of it.
You need to get back on more of those.
Because I guess there was good feedback to my ASM raps.
ASM raps.
Yes. So I will. I don't know when this comes out. When does this come out?
This comes out, I'll let you know in like 3 seconds.
Hopefully.
This comes out on the 18th. So next month, a good way. We're way
hopefully
ahead.
We'll be at three ASMR raps.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out.
Yeah. So those are, they are exactly what you think they are. They are ASMR raps.
I did not realize how the effort involved in doing it. I thought it'd be this funny thing I could do quickly. I apologize. I am maybe taking it a little too seriously.
Yeah.
But there's effort involved in those.
Yeah. If you're watching on when everyone's watching on the fucking main feed, the mic reviews, music reviews things, like I plan on making those like a spin-off YouTube thing, like a very, concise 10-minute jump cut kind of thing. But when I decide to do that, who fucking knows? Because that will take a long time to edit every episode, and I need to have a backlog. So right now I've done 3 of those. So I just did Devo, and I made some addendums to my picks to the Devo episode because I don't agree with what I said so much. But also, like, Devo was shat on, man, for like no reason, like hated.
Really?
And it's like, you're fucking out of your, like, the short-sightedness of some of these critics. It's like, I hope you realize what you said was so fucking stupid and how wrong you were just retrospectively. Like, how could you, man? Mother's Ball is a respected composer. Like, it's amazing.
Fucking Rugrats, dog.
Fuck yeah, dude. But what the hell am I talking about? I guess we're done with the plugs. So, because we're rambling about nonsense now. But yeah, all those things if you want to help us and yada, yada, yada. So, last song. What's going to happen?
You're getting it, obviously.
If I'm getting last song, I think I know exactly what I'm picking. And where is this shit at? Where's this fucking shit at? I can't find. Okay, so the album's not on here because it's in a different. So for Apple listeners,
wow, yeah,
Strange Times is listed as Chameleons UK on Apple Music because fuck Apple Music. So I'm gonna end it with.
I was not expecting off that.
I do like this album, and I gotta say, we gotta end it with some tears.
All right.
Hell yeah. So thank you so much for listening and watching. See ya.